Hello everyone and welcome to the weird, scary and horrible parts of humanity. Today we are exploring a serial killer known by the nickname of Haka-Enska, Finnish for Enska, the carbon monoxide. Ensio Koivunen is one of the worst serial killers in Finland, having poisoned 3 female hitchhikers using carbon monoxide. I'd also like to apologise for my pronunciation of Finnish, as I do not speak Finnish. In Finland, even today, when the rest of the world considers hitchhiking to be incredibly dangerous, hitchhiking, just like in other Nordic countries, is not uncommon in Finland and is considered to be relatively safe. The biggest hitchhiking race in the Nordic countries is Hitchball 4000, a weekend-long race where teams of 2 people hitchhike from Helsinki to set destinations and back. On the 11th of July 1971, 23-year-old Finnish university student Salme Helena Metsänikula, born on the 28th of January 1948, was travelling from the Finnish capital Helsinki to Turku in the southwest of Finland. Metsänikula disembarked a bus in Anjala and was last seen in Gloria before disappearing, with a university friend notifying her family. Her dad travelled to Turku to look for her. Unable to find his missing daughter, the Finnish police were notified. 1 month later, on the 14th of August 1971, 17-year-old Ritva Anel Rajias, born on the 27th of November 1953, and 16-year-old Prijo Martaja Laio, born on the 20th of July 1954, left their native Pitanjan Amki, a western district of Helsinki, hitchhiking to visit their aunt in Haivinka, 50 kilometers north of Helsinki. When the teenagers did not arrive a few days later, they were declared missing on the 17th of August 1971. Their last known location was at Hämeenlinna Bridge near Kemiolla Motor Stadium, a racetrack in Vantaa. Their disappearance coincided with the 1971 European Athletics Championships in Helsinki, which took place between the 10th and 15th of August 1971, with 29 countries and 857 athletes participating. As a result, there are far more people in Helsinki than usual. It was reported that Rajas and Laiho met a 28-year-old man who was a mechanic at 9:51 p.m. and remained with them at an Esso petrol station on a crossroad between Karela and Nurmijärvi, who left without them at 10 p.m. Other motorists saw Rajais and Laiho later in the evening between Hämeenlinna and Helsinki. According to these accounts, they were seen with an unknown man in a red Citroën 2CV. One day after the girls were reported missing, a Helsinki family were picking mushrooms in a forest in Inga, which is in the south of Finland and part of the Ulusima region. There they found a body wrapped in plastic and covered up with moss and lark. Next to the body were eyeglasses and patented leather shoes. Police and the National Bureau of Investigation found that the cause of death was unnatural, and it was found that the body was that of Metsänikula. Her camera, 3 rings and belt were missing. With the forest where she was found near a labour camp where prisoners worked for the last stages of their sentences prior to their release, fingerprints were screened of prisoners but nothing was found. On the 20th of August, police were called to inspect lost goods at Helsinki Airport, where a young woman's personal goods, including an audio recorder and Kela card, were found. Kela is the social insurance institution in Finland which is in charge of settling benefits under the national social security programs, including child benefits, unemployment benefits, sickness benefits, health insurance, student financial aid and retirement pay. The goods were found to belong to Raijas and Laio, and then on the 21st of August, the corpses of the girls were found in Raidasjärvi village. The plastic found had a serial number assumed to belong to the red Citroen 2CV Rajas and Laiho were last seen in. The plastic was made in Sweden and 5 Swedish companies were contacted. However, it was eventually determined that the plastic had come through Finland and did not come from any Swedish registered car. Ethanol was found in the girl's blood and both had been sexually assaulted. It was determined that they had both died through carbon monoxide. The National Bureau of Investigation distributed pictures of the victims across petrol stations and dance venues in the southern Finland province. Photographs as well as papers were found tossed aside on a road near the bodies of Rajas and Laiho, with fingerprints found on one torn photograph and traced to a man who had been to the Inga labour camp, Ensio Koivunen. His 1967 white Dodge Dart was searched, with the car seen several times at the locations of the abductions. On the 26th of September, Koivunen was arrested in Hanko, where he lived. His home was searched, where they found 2 illegal pistols as well as Metsänikula's belt and camera. Koivunen was born on the 23rd of June 1930 in Impilahti and drove an excavator. He had a long criminal history, having been convicted of several property crimes, and from 1953 to 1968 was incarcerated in a prison hospital 8 times and also served a 6-year jail sentence for a car crash. All crimes were committed in Haka and Inga because they were nearby the prison camp where he was detained. A hair of Koivunen was found on the bodies of Laiho and Rajas. Additionally, a 4th woman identified that she had hitchhiked from Helsinki to Haka-Enska with a 41-year-old man who attempted to attack her at the Tabor mountain before she escaped and fled. When shown a picture of Koivunen, he was identified as the individual who attempted to attack the hitchhiker. It was found that Koivunen's modus operandi was to stop his car, block all vents, put a plastic hose from an exhaust pipe through the trunk into his car and then input carbon monoxide with his victims to suffer nausea, unconsciousness and ultimately death. He also raped one of his victims in an act of necrophilia. Found to be sane following a mental health examination, Koivunen was found guilty at the Haka-Enska District Court, charged with assault, 1 case of rape, false imprisonment and negligent homicide, and sentenced to 25 years in prison. Following his release, he died on the 27th of May 2003 at the age of 72 in Varkaus. Thank you for watching. Please do yourself a favour and hit that like and subscribe button and the bell icon to inform you when new videos come out. It helps more than you know and your support is truly appreciated. You'll also be seeing 2 other videos for you to check out. Until next time, stay awesome, stay classy, be kind to everyone you meet and have an amazing day.